Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gold Prospecting at Home. This is episode number 80, and today we have another really expensive pay dirt that I got from GoldBay. If you go over to the website, they do offer it now, but it's a little bit different than what I bought. It's got the same amount of gold and everything as you can see here. It's the 21 gram super chunky jug pay dirt, approximately 15 pounds. Now, the one that I got it's a little bit different. When I purchased it, it looks like this. It's just different packaging, that's all. The only thing different is that they added 5 pounds. As you can see, it's approximately 10 pounds when I bought it. The price is still exactly the same, $1,250, $23.95 shipping, and I also used the Paydirt 5 discount code, which got me $62.50 off, so really I only paid $1,211.45. Also, over on kellyco.com, they started carrying gold Paydirt, and I do have affiliate links down in the description, and if you guys didn't want to pay as much for, if you don't want to pay $1,250, you can go over here and you can actually buy like a $70 bag, and you get a guaranteed gram, 5 grams for $330, and you can even get the 15 grams of gold for $1044.99. So Kellyco does not carry the 21 gram jug yet, but they're working on it, and as soon as they have it, I'll update the links in the description. That way you can purchase it there too. So anyway, here's these bags. Now, here's the thing. My decoy purchased these for me. That's another dude that buys these bags for me. That way the pay dirt vendor doesn't know that I'm buying them. My decoy told me that when he got it in, it was leaking a little bit. Just a little bit of dust was coming out, so he repackaged them in these bags for me. So, yeah, 10 pounds of pay dirt. It's gonna be an awesome video. So let's take this stuff out to the Pana station. We'll chop it open and we'll take a look at it. All right, here it is, the 21 gram of gold guaranteed super chunky pay dirt from GoldBay. Now I know this isn't the original packaging, so let's see what my decoy wrapped it in here. Alright, well, looking down into these bags, I don't really see a big leak or anything. You can see right here on the edge of the bag, there's a little bit of sand coming through. It might have been fine coming through the mail as is, but Mr. Decoy, I appreciate the effort in repackaging these for me. So let's go ahead and take a look at them in a pan. Nice. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually cut these open and we'll classify them. Let's go ahead and just chop them open here. Okay, so we've got some damp pay dirt here. Honestly, that really doesn't matter. I am going to classify it wet. The only problem is that means I'm not going to be able to remove the magnetic stuff unless I dry it out, but we're not going to dry it out. We're just going to go ahead and do it the way it is. You might also be able to notice inside the package there's still some sediment on the inside, so we're actually going to spray this out into a separate pan. That way there's no chance of missing any gold. I can see some gold right here before I touch it and lose it. There's a little bit of gold right at my fingertip. It's a nice big flake too. That's actually a fat piece of gold right there. Awesome. But like I said, we're going to classify all this out and separate everything and make it easy to remove all the gold at once. But first, let's go ahead and spray these out. If you guys want one of these squirt bottles or any of the gear I use in these videos, there's links below. I'm actually not a big fan of this packaging, but I know he did upgrade this, and yeah, it really doesn't matter. Wait till you guys see how much gold we get out of here. Alright, no gold in there, so we didn't miss anything. Why don't we fix that reflection? Alright, much better. Yeah, you can see there's no gold in there. All right, cool. So the next step is, since this is already wet, we're gonna go ahead and wet classify it, and that's gonna separate all the bigger rocks and the sand and everything. All right, so we got a bucket full of water and my arbor fabricating kitchen strainer. Gonna add some water to this to come up past the bottom of that kitchen strainer. And then we can start adding our material. Wow. All right. I was just gonna mention to the camera that while I was doing this, I'm looking for gold nuggets. Well, check this out. Right here we have a huge flat gold nugget. It's like a big leaf or something. It's just, and it's got weight to it. It's like folded over on itself. Look at that. That's awesome. Nugget number one. There's actually another one right there. Another smaller piece. That is going to be a lot of fun to pan out. All right, continuing on here. No big nuggets in that one. I think we got another one here. That one's more like a picker, because you can pick it up with your fingers. That's actually a pretty dense, thick piece right there. I can't wait to see what else we get out of here. It's guaranteed 21 grams, but I've heard of people getting much more than that. But even with 21 grams, that is still a really good return on investment. Again, I'm seeing more and more gold. So when I flipped over that last classifier, I noticed this piece. There's a piece over here. I mean, really, you can spend days or even weeks on one of these bags. You don't have to do it all at once like I do, but you know, I'm doing a review for you guys so you guys can see what to expect when you buy this stuff. But yeah, there's two more flat flakes in there. They're big too. Now I forgot to mention it in my last high dollar pay dirt, the $2,500 bucket of dirt video. A lot of people were asking what kind of rocks are actually in here. So I mean, just looking at this, I can see some quartz. I can see some like round granite. So when you have round pebbles like this, that is always an indicator that these rocks came from a river. They've been in there a long time. I don't see very many rough rocks in here. As far as gemstones, we might find some garnets. As a matter of fact, garnets are actually used in the production of industrial sandpaper. But yeah, if I see anything interesting, I'll make sure I show you guys. Look at these. Wow, that's a nugget right there. I just lost another piece of gold in there, but we'll find it later. Look at that. Another big chunk. And that thing has like not only weight and thickness to it, but it also has some character to it. It's got like little pokies and stuff on it. That's a cool little nugget. That's awesome. All right, I'm not showing them all off, but every time I flip the classifier over, I'm seeing bigger pieces of gold over here. Okay, so here we have our plus and minus kitchen strainer, wet classification sizes. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna save this for last because I know I saw big chunks of gold in here. So we're gonna pan this last. Now I've done GoldBay in the past and there is a lot of black sand in there, so we're actually gonna take this a little bit at a time, maybe do 3 or 4 pans just for this one pan. So even though I'd really like to, I'd like to bring Crusty Rusty over, but as you can see, Crusty Rusty is pretty thin and that would take forever. So we're gonna bring over Krusty's big brother from AutoZone. This is Auto. So we're gonna add some water and some Jet Dry. That Jet Dry acts as a surfactant to break the surface tension of the water. So let's just do like 3 scoops at a time. You know what, 3 scoops is actually too much. Let's just do like that much. Wow, I'm already seeing gold just from doing that. All right, so I think that 1 scoop is even too much. Look at all this heavy concentrates, black sand, garnets. It's just loaded with heavies here. Yep, here's some gold coming down right there. So as I see the gold, I'm just going to grab it with my snuffer bottle here. There's 2 pieces. So here's a trick for you guys if you're new. If you tilt your pan forward and get all of your water to the north side of your pan, and then you kind of like loosely hold it over here and tap, you'll actually walk that gold up to that top corner. Makes it a lot easier to recover it. See, right now we have a nice line of gold up there at the top. So like I said, I'm just going to grab all that. Yep, that was a nice pan of gold right there. That was just my first one. So I'm going to continue panning this small amount again and again until I'm 100% sure that I've gotten all the gold. I would recommend doing less than I just did. I'm going to do 1 scoop at a time from now on, maybe even half a scoop. Just because there's so much black sand and it's easy to miss this stuff, it'll end up saving time in the long run if I do a little bit at a time. If I tried doing everything at once, it would be a disaster. I would lose half the gold, and I would just continue panning it and get frustrated. Yeah, you got to take your time with this stuff. Now, if I was to dry this out and remove the magnetic stuff, all that black sand, this would have been a breeze. So we got our first pan done. That took about 5 minutes of my time. I have another 2 hours of panning here, minimum. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pan this stuff out, and when I start finding interesting stuff, I'll turn the camera on. I'm switching over to a spoon, just 1 spoonful at a time. As you can see in real time, it's a lot faster to just do 1 spoonful at a time. I mean, look at all that gold in 1 spoonful. And that was it in real time. That took what, maybe a minute, minute and a half. So yeah, I'll continue on here. Very nice. And my second spoonful, I have exactly, I mean, I have a lot of gold in my second spoonful, so I can pretty much count on having every one of these spoonfuls having that much gold. That's a lot of gold, man. That's as much gold that I find in really good bags of pay dirt, like $50 bags of pay dirt. You'll find that. And I've got like a whole bunch of them here. It's hard to not film every single spoonful. I mean, look at that, dude. That's a gram of gold right there, at least, like in 1 spoonful. There's gonna be more than 21 grams in here, I think. That's just crazy. And I mean, the cool thing about this pay dirt is it actually feels, when I'm panning it, it feels like real concentrates. Like when I take my sluice box out to the river and I bring all my concentrates back, this is it. Except I remove my black sands, I cheat. This is a lot more challenging, but definitely doable for a beginner. The only difference between having a difficult pay dirt and an easy pay dirt is for a beginner, it's just gonna take a lot longer and you'll get more time out of it. More practice. This is really good stuff. There's really no small flour gold in it. It's all little flakes. So therefore, no matter how much black sand you end up with, even if you don't remove it, you can still recover those flakes of gold because they're not really tiny. When you have the really fine black sand and the really fine flour gold like I get here in Colorado and up in Washington State, the black beach sand, that kind of gold, that's when you're talking like expert level, extremely challenging. This is more just patience, but you don't get frustrated like you do with Colorado or Washington concentrates, right? Does that make sense? Also, big thanks to my patrons for voting to do this pay dirt next. I put a picture of like 6 or 7 different pay dirts that I have on the shelf in line for videos, and I gave Patreon the option to vote on which one to do next. And by far, everybody wanted to see the 21 gram guarantee. So here it is. So I cheated here and did 2 spoonfuls, and it's pretty difficult to pan back. One trick that I like to do is once I get a bunch in the back half of the pan, I'll just like cut it in half and get rid of that and then start over. I'm gonna stop filming these. I understand they all look exactly the same, but for now I'm just gonna finish cleaning this up, and it's gonna take a couple hours here actually. So I almost totally forgot, but I can use the big Garrett Super Sluice Gold Pan with auto here, so that's what I'm doing. And man, this thing saves so much time. Let me just show you how fast you can pan this, even this difficult pay dirt. Done. If you guys want one, there's links in the description. These gold pans are absolutely my favorite. I own 3 of them. I bring them everywhere I go. It's just because they save so much time when you're out on the river. You can basically fill this thing all the way up with unclassified material and fill it with water, shake it up, and these big deep riffles right here, the rocks just fall right off, keeps all the heavies at the bottom, and you can really blast through some material quickly with these. Garrett Super Sluice. Didn't even miss any gold. This big pan I could probably get away with like 1, 2, I could probably get away with like that much. Easy. See, at this point I do not have to worry. All of my heavy stuff is at the bottom of those 2 deep riffles. So everything on top, I can just wash that off without having fear of losing any gold. I'm still gonna stratify it a lot, but it really does save so much time. Thumbs up if you own a super sluice. Alright, so we're pretty much just left with black sands and gold. It's starting to get dark out. I'm gonna have to resume filming tomorrow when I have some better lighting. But right there, nice big amount of gold. So as you can see, this Garrett Super Sluice really is fast. I'm gonna finish this up. Shouldn't take very long, and then we'll get to the oh, that is so heavy, the big chunkers. Alright, so I let this stuff dry in the sun today. So I'm gonna take this and pour it into a plastic pan. So I just wanted to demonstrate, if I took a magnet to this, how much magnetic stuff is really in here. And, you know, that's the reason why you want to do 1 spoonful at a time. This stuff makes it extremely difficult to pan. And really, you can dry it out and remove the magnetic stuff before you even start the whole panning process. That would make it a lot easier. Alright, now for the super exciting part, we get to pan out the big stuff. So here we go, 1 scoop at a time. This is the exciting part. Wow. First pan, and I see a couple nuggets. Keep your eyes right down here. 6 huge flakes. This is 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Not even flakes. I shouldn't call them flakes. When they're big enough to pick up and make a sound when you drop them back in the pan just like that, those are pickers. Man. Alright, we got a lot to go. Alright, pan number 2. 3 mini nuggets. Pan number 3, I've got 4 nice pickers, a flake, a big flake, and 2 smaller pieces. This is pan number 4. Wow. We've got a lot of color. Dude, we've got a huge fat nugget in there. Plus, we found that big leaf looking one. And look at this, man. That's a huge nugget. And we found this one again. And we also found 4 big pickers along with it, and 1 small piece at the top here. That piece is just ridiculous. Alright, so I'm just scooping through here, and I casually looked over. And check that out. Dude. Okay, that's the biggest gold nugget I ever found in any bag of pay dirt on any of my videos ever. That thing weighs 4 grams, I would say. That thing is just crazy, man. Alright, I think this is pan 4 or 5, and again we got 5 nice pickers in there. Pan number 6, I think, we've got another 4 pickers. Alright, so I have a feeling that's pretty much the average, about 4 pickers per scoop. So if I find anything else crazy, I'll show it to you. Okay, I'm just turning the camera on because I see something crazy. Just a big chunk of gold. And a whole bunch of pickers. There's 8 of them in there. This GoldBay stuff is awesome. Okay, I'm about 2 pans from the end, and there's another huge gold nugget. That thing's at least 1 gram right there. Just that nugget alone is 1 gram. It's just non-stop with this Paydirt. All right, this is the last pan of the big stuff and the last pan of the video. Let's see what we got here. Another nice nugget and about 5 more pickers. This stuff was crazy. I'm sure we got our 21 grams. All right, let's put this over in our picker pile. Okay, now we're gonna pour out our snuffer bottle. This is all of our minus kitchen strainer size gold. Let me get some fresh water in there. All right, so it's gonna take a second to clean up all this black sand and separate everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and show you guys the big reveal here. All right, here it is. This is all of the gold that we got from our minus 1/4 inch size. I mean, there's just a ton of fine gold in there. No flour gold at all. So nothing really difficult to recover. Just all flakes, I would call this. And then here's our big gold. This has weight to it. This is close to a 1/2 ounce, something like that. It's hard to tell because I mean this big chunk here is just super heavy. So is this one. All right, we're gonna go ahead and dry this out and we'll weigh it up. Let's do some math here. We got that big 5.126 gram nugget. We got a 2.275 gram nugget. We got a 1.326 grammer, a 1.115 grammer. So we got 4 nuggets over 1 gram and 1 over 5 grams. Plus we got a 0.864 subgrammer, plus a 0.539 grammer. And then all of our fines weighed 9.839 grams. And there it is, 21 grams as promised. Now let's find out what the actual value is. So let's enter that number in. Now we're gonna call this stuff 24 karat gold because you can actually resell natural placer gold like this to most Paydirt vendors for nearly 24 karat value. Today the spot price is $1,724.40. And we spent $1,211 and we ended up getting almost everything back. Now that was totally worth whatever the difference, you know what, let's find out what the difference is. So we spent $1,212 or so, and 1169. We spent 43, that's all we lost is $43. That was probably $500 worth of fun for me. That was a lot of fun. If you guys agree with me or disagree, please let me know in the comments. So a lot of you guys are always asking to see my gold collection. How much gold have I gathered over the years of doing this? Well, honestly, I take that gold and all the fine stuff, I make my own Paydirt bags, and I post that over on Patreon, and it sells out pretty quickly. And then the gold nuggets, I give most of them away over on my live stream channel. It's called Klesh Guitars TV, all one word. There's a link down below if you're interested in visiting me over there. I live stream about once a week and give away all kinds of gold and silver coins and all kinds of cool stuff. You got to check it out. And also, big thanks to 2 brand new major credit Patreon supporters. We have Mr. Zachary Wright and Joel Green. Thanks so much, guys. It's much appreciated. You guys will have your name in the credits at the end of each video as long as you're a current supporter. Plus, you get to enjoy the perks of the $10 guys, the $5 guys, and the $1 guys. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. I put out a new video every week. That's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks again, everybody, for watching my video. It's much appreciated. I did notice that 73% of my viewers aren't even subscribers. So if you would like to make sure you don't miss any of my future videos, adventures, and gold Paydirt videos coming up, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.